I'm Staff Sergeant Xavier Shanice, U.S. Army.
Staff Sergeant Michael Torres, United States Army.
Mi nombre es Hamilton Vargas Cruz.
I identify myself as Hispanic because I was born in Puerto Rico.
I was born in Bogotá, Colombia. I was raised and born over there, and I came here like 15 years ago.
I was raised in a Hispanic household. My dad is full Hispanic, so my grandmother, she lived with us. She cooked Puerto Rican, she talked Puerto Rican, barely knew English, so I got a taste of the Puerto Rican side. Growing up, I went to my cousin's quince y media in Puerto Rico. Basically, when a female turns 15, they have a celebration of her maturing from a child to a young lady.
The one that I cherish the most is whenever we fly back home, as soon as the plane lands, we all start clapping. And we start clapping because we're so grateful to be back. We know how hard it is to leave the island, be able to make it outside the island, outside of our comfort zone. So just making it back and be able to see our family and friends again, we're just so grateful that we get there in one piece.
Called Novena. We made that in December, around December time. From the 16th, for 9 days, we get together as a family. We pray, we sing, we eat, and sometimes we dance at the end of the day.
I need to hear this one. Is that real? I gotta think about this one.
Kind of off guard, but I guess it's kind of cool because if you don't know what Taco Bell is, you can actually research it, and it ties in with Mexican, which is Hispanic. So it might force people to actually dig into more of what Mexican is, what kind of foods, more broaden their horizon of what it actually is.
Mexican food it can be seen as accessible to most Americans through that brand. On the other hand, it means that there's still a long way to go. Hard-shell tacos are not something that I know Mexicans eat. You can tell that the Hispanic community has had a big effect on American culture.
You can see it reflect in the kind of music that we have at this time. For example, you hear something like 53 years ago, you're gonna see something that is very American, I say. But you hear now, you have a different sounds, different instruments that the people have been through America when we come here.
They even have Hispanic parades in America, different states celebrate. So I feel like more and more people are being aware.
To talk about sports, you can't talk about these sports without thinking about or mentioning the impact of a Latino or Hispanic player. So I think as time passes by, we become more of an integral part of the American fabric.
One I've heard a few times is Puerto Ricans are actually African American, but as the years went by, they basically went through the process of bleaching their skin, which I thought was weird, but that's one thing I've heard, and I don't think that's true at all.
When I say some people that I'm from Colombia, the people already thinking about cocaine or marijuana. One bad thing that some small group people does, the bad thing is the more things that people hear about. And not everybody is aware of that. People here, we over there, we like to work, we like to family.
So a popular thought about Puerto Ricans that people either don't know or get wrong about is that we do not grow up playing soccer like most of the other Latin American countries. We do not eat spicy food on a daily basis. If we go out to eat, if I get offered anything spicy, I'm gonna decline it. The other thing is, no, we do not need green cards to be in this country or come to this country or work in this country. We're born citizens. I think at this point, most everybody knows that, but I still get that question every once in a while.
The food is way different. Like, you might have somebody that's born and raised in Puerto Rico. They grew up on, let's say, rice and beans. They grew up on pork, pastillas, different stuff. And then you go to a Mexican restaurant, it's totally different. So don't assume like a Puerto Rican know what a Brazilian food is or Colombian food is. Like, the food is different. And also, even though they all speak Spanish,
every country has their own unique accent. Between ourselves, we do notice. When I hear somebody speak and they're from Colombia, I can tell they're from Colombia. Or they're from Cuba, or they're from Argentina, or they're from Puerto Rico, or they're from Mexico. It's really noticeable. Another thing to keep in mind is that the same word, it can mean two different things. In Puerto Rico, now means now, like immediately now. But in case of Colombia, and I say Colombia because my wife's Colombian, when she says now, she means later. So she said, okay, I'll grab that now. And I already know, okay, she's not gonna grab it right now, she's gonna grab it later, so let me just forget about it.
You get a straw, just a straw. You go, we call it pitillo, but you go to another country, they call it potete, tubillo, sorbete. So that's the little things that make us different, but and doesn't matter that we speak the same language.
The way it resonates with me is the way we all share a common voice or a common background, and how we apply it to our daily lives and how we share it.
I feel like we're all a melting pot, come together, even though our cultures are a little different.
We don't want to throw away our tradition. We're gonna keep it, and we wanna mix it when we can with the people that we're working with.
You know, America can come and get a taste of a little bit of what we do in our own country.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem.